Hey everybody, hi, it's Becky from PowerToolsWithThread.com. That's my blog, although I haven't blogged much lately. This is way easier. How are you guys doing? We have a rainy day here in South Texas. Well, how's that old saying go? April showers bring May flowers, right? Won't that be nice? So I got a few things in the works today. I still have to embroider those blouses. Oh, today is April 24th, 2019. So in a previous video I had showed y'all that I was making the English trellis quilt from connectingthreads.com, and I took it down to the coast with me last weekend. I got everything cut out, so I got all my pieces cut, and I got all of the half square triangles together for the non-gray fabrics, the ones that need to be, I still need to trim them to 3.5, but they're together and pressed at least, so just showing you my progress on that. This is one of those quilts that's going to take a little bit, you know, you have to break it up into bits and pieces. And on my quilts that I do that, where I know it's going to be a bit, well actually really all my quilts, I use these plastic tubs. You know, these, I think I picked this one up at Walmart. You know, they have a lid and little handles that lock, and I just keep all of my, everything in here, even when it's cut, even to the binding and whatnot. The backing is hanging on the quilt rack that my husband made me for Christmas one year, so it's waiting patiently for me to get that done. Anyway, okay, so I've got that in the works, and what else? Today, I think through, for quilting. So we're on quilting. Let's stick to quilting, okay? Hold on, I have to make myself a note because I don't want to forget something, and it's in my head right now. So there is a fabric designer. Her name is Jean Jera, J-E-R-A, Brandvig, B-R-A-N-D-V-I-G. I may not be saying it right, and I apologize if you see this. She is from quiltingintherain.com, and she has a beautiful line of fabric called, I can't say this either, L-E-C-I-E-N, Lecine? I don't know. But anyway, she is offering this free pattern on her blog. So, it's fat quarter friendly. It takes 15 fat quarters. So for those of you that have a fat quarter bundle, you know, sitting in your sewing room going, hey, remember me? How about a little love? Here's a free pattern. It's a beautiful quilt. She's got some pictures. She made it up and she put it on her blog, quiltingintherain.com. And that blog post is from the 23rd of April of this year, so yesterday. But yeah, it's a beautiful quilt. It does not look super challenging. Those blocks, they don't look too hard at all. Look at that. That's pretty simple. So, oh y'all, I gotta tell you, there's this blogger I follow, and I'm not gonna say who it is. And she's local to me here. She's not out in the world, you know. And she did a blog post the other day that said her blocks were completely screwed up because she used a true 1/4 inch seam instead of a scant 1/4 inch seam. And I'm looking at that and I'm like, I tell you what, if the success of my quilt or not depends on one thread width, that's the difference between a true 1/4 inch seam and a scant 1/4 inch seam is like one thread. It's the in the sewing world we might call it not turn of fabric, or that's really close. When the fabric is folded, it's going to take up that width of that thread. You know, if my quilt relies on that, that's the wrong pattern for me, because I'm going to screw it up for sure. I would never attempt anything like that. God love those of you that are that good. That's amazing. That is not me. You know, I just, I couldn't even imagine going to all that expense for the fabric, all that trouble for the cutting out, and then put the thing together, and because I did a 1/4 inch instead of a scant 1/4 inch, I ruined it. Oh, goodness. That ain't me. Gee whiz. Okay, so that's for quilting. We got any closet case pattern fans out there? You guys, that's an indie, what we call indie patterns, independent pattern designers closet case. They are having a sale through May 4th. And I will put all of this, I'll link to all this stuff in the description box below, okay? I think you click on a more button or something under the video and it'll all pop up. There's all that information that you need. Anyway, Closet Case is having a 20% off sale. So for those of you that have been thinking about making the ginger jeans, now's the time, go get it. You can go get that pattern. The pattern code for 20% off is YAY Spring, Y-A-Y Spring, all one word, all caps, and in checkout. And so I already have the ginger jean pattern, although I haven't worked up the nerve yet to make the ginger jeans. But I got, and I don't know how to say this either, I'll probably screw it up, it's either the Callie shirt dress or Kalle, K-A-L-L-E, and I want to make this version here, this one I don't care for, but I want to make this version here just a little shorter, and I'm going to even off the thing in the back. But I like this a lot, and it gets really good reviews. Did you guys see that up close? It gets really good reviews. So with the code, it ended up, I think it was $11.25 for the pattern. So maybe I'll wear it with my ginger jeans. So for this, I'm going to call it the Callie shirt dress, okay? Because my granddaughter's name is Callie. It's not spelled like this, but I'm going to call it the Callie shirt dress so I don't stumble all over myself. I am going to make it out of, this is a blue, white, black cotton lycra floral striped stretch poplin. And it was $5.20 a yard from, I think it was from Fabric Mart is where I got it. It's either Fabric Mart or fabric.com. I can't tell you which one. Look at this. Isn't this pretty? This will make a beautiful shirt dress. Don't you think? I really like this. I don't know which way is which. But, and it has a stretch. It's just a little stretchy. So it'll be really comfortable. I think this will make a beautiful shirt dress. For my size, I needed 2¼ yards, and I always order 2½. So I'm sorry. I wish I could tell y'all where I got this. Oh, it's on the back of the label. Fabric Mart. It's at that's where I got this. So anyway, got that. So I think that'll turn out real pretty for that. I was at my quilt store earlier. They're selling toweling by the yard. So this is a 16-inch, and it's already hemmed on the 2 long sides. So I just got 28 inches. This is designed for embroiderers. If you're going to do, embroider something like a pretty monogram or, oh, somebody told me about one. I want to go get it. The phrase is, grab your balls. It's time to be canning, or something like that. Like a ball canning jar. What were y'all thinking? Okay, there's a quilt I need to get on the long arm here. This is another Via Rosa Designs, and this has been hanging around my sewing room for a while. Okay, and I can't tell you which pattern it is. Oh, speaking of Via Rosa Designs, hold on before I lose my thought on that one. Here's the backing. So this is in the quilt itself. Let me get up close so you guys can see it. This is in the quilt itself, but I need to get that on the long arm. I keep all of my quilts that are ready to be long armed on that this quilt rack that my husband made me again, and it's filling up. I need to get these things. I mean, spend all that money on a long arm. Let's use it, right? So for those of you that are familiar with the coastal bend quilt, you know, the area down here in South Texas, um, in El Campo, Texas, I got an email the other day that the Cedar Chest Quilt Shop is closing. Everything is being liquidated right now. So, you know, up pops Two Chicks Quilting over there in Ganado. Is that right? I said it wrong last time. And then just up the road, Cedar Chest is closing. But the lady who is the proprietor of Cedar Chest Quilt Shop, it's a beautiful store too in downtown El Campo. She's going to become a pattern designer for Via Rosa Designs. So, and I apologize, I can't tell you what pattern that is. It's super simple. It's like 5 by 3, you know, 2.5-inch squares. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 5 by 3. And then, you know, 5-inch or 6-inch squares. I don't know. Anyway, I've got all of these Via Rosa Designs patterns. I can't find it. So I got another one floating around here somewhere. I thought I found all of my patterns when I remodeled my sewing room. I thought I found all my patterns. Guess not. Who knows? Okay, so I wanted to talk about another little tech tip. I want to talk about online shopping and the security of you shopping online, okay? So for those of you who are new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. And thank you for subscribing. I'm over 3,200 subscribers. My husband goes, don't these people have anything to do? I said, of course not. So in today's world, we do a lot of online shopping because our local stores are closing, or, you know, the selection is just better online, especially when they're offering free or next to free shipping. Why get in your car and deal with all the drama of driving and all of that? A lot of times you can't source things locally. You need to go online and go get them. So I know a lot of you are from an age where we don't use credit cards, okay? We don't believe in credit cards. We don't want to have any debt with credit cards. And so, but you have to use a credit card when you shop online. You can't get around it, okay? They're not going to, you know, wait for you to send in a check. That just doesn't happen anymore. So what I want to talk to you about a little bit is called, there are consumer protection laws, okay? And, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't finish my first train of thought. I apologize, I'm kind of bing. For those of you who are new to my channel, I do cybersecurity for the U.S. Air Force. So that's my job, and so I have to pay attention to these kinds of things. So, so you know, there's a debit card and there's a credit card. And some debit cards act as both. They can be one or the other. They tell you that, okay? However, so you know when you use your debit card and you swipe it, within a few minutes, if not instantaneously, you can look on your bank online and that money has already come out of your account, okay? That's a debit card. That means you don't owe the bill later on because you're paying it right now. It's as good as writing a check and having the check cashed right then. And it is perfectly fine to use a debit card whenever you want. However, due to consumer protection laws, I would urge you never to use a debit card when you shop online. Even if your card says it can be one or the other, that actually only applies at what we call point of sale. So, you know, if you go to your local quilt store or wherever and you swipe it and it says like US debit or Visa debit, it's wanting to know how you want to use that, all right? If you use US debit, it's a debit card. If you use Visa debit, it will treat it more like a credit card. And the difference is the debit card comes out of your bank right away, The credit card, you don't pay it until you get the statement at the end of the month, okay? So the consumer protection laws apply when you use a credit card. So I hope this isn't confusing. I recommend that you get a credit card, a true credit card with a very low interest rate. Pay it off at the end of every month so the interest rate doesn't matter, okay? Get one that does not have an annual fee and only use that card for online shopping. Don't ever use your debit card, because your bank, if those transactions are handled by two different institutions. If it's handled by your bank and the money comes out and fraud happens, not frog like the commercial, fraud happens, your bank may or may not make restitution on that, because the bank has to pull it out of their coffers to reimburse you for money that came out of your account. Whereas if you use a credit card, you don't actually take money out of your account to pay that until after the statement comes in. So you can get the statement and look at it and go, hey, there's a problem here. And you call the credit card company right then and they will take it off and there's no hassle. That's what consumer protection laws are all about. That consumer protection law doesn't apply like that. It's got bits and pieces. I don't want to get into that. But it doesn't take care of you on a debit card. You have to cross your fingers and hope your bank is going to give you the money back. Okay? You also don't want your debit card out there on the interwebs. The online shopping, the stores that do online shopping, those credit cards are processed somewhere else. It doesn't have anything to do with the store. Doesn't have anything at all. You know, if you go to a little mom and pop or like a trade show or something, and they'll have that little square or a PayPal or something to swipe, Apple, whatever, all of that is not done by the vendor, by the person who's selling you whatever. All of that transaction happens at a different company. So the people you're buying from online, like even at Missouri Star is not processing your credit card. The bank that they're doing business with is processing your credit card. So those numbers are out there somewhere, you know, and people get hacked all the time. Look at Target. Target got hacked badly because they weren't doing the right thing. They weren't taking care of it the way they should. This happens all the time. And so because we cannot get away from online shopping, I just want you to do everything you can to protect yourself. And for those of you who say, I don't like credit cards, I don't want to use credit card. Well, you got to look at the risk, okay? And the risk of you having your debit card, fraud against your debit card, where people get that number and start taking money right out of your checking account, that risk is much less than the fact that you've got a credit card that's got a 6% interest on it or whatever it is, and you pay the bill off every month. You know, I take a little bit, whatever it was I bought on my credit card, I move it to another account at my bank. As soon as I do, I'd move it to and it's called Save for Quilting or Save for Fabric or whatever. I just do that, and then when my bill comes in, I take that money and that's what I pay my credit card bill with. So that's just a way to protect yourself. So I really hope that helps you guys. Yeah, my mom told me, oh, I bought this with my debit card online, and I went, ah, don't do that, don't do that. She's upper 70s, so, but you know, it's just a mindset. So you guys need to get yourself a little credit card. I don't care if it just has a $200 limit on it. If you're going to be online shopping, you need to take care of yourself and take care of your money. You worked hard for it. You need to protect it. So anyway, well, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will talk to you guys later. We'll see you. Bye.